Hi everyone, welcome to another tutorial from Tesla Creations. Today I'm going to be making a baby girl booty. It's also going to be worked flat. So let's start. For this project we're going to be needing a sport weight yarn, and I'm using 3.5mm hook. The size is very 0 to 3 months old. So to start we need first make a slip knot, then we chain 25. 1, 2, 3, 4. So continue with your chain. I will join you there. So I've chained 25. I'm going to skip the first chain. Do not count this one. This is the first chain. So into the second chain, I'm going to make a single crochet. Then I'll continue one single crochet in each stitch across. So at the end of this row, we should have 24 single crochets. So continue, and I'll join you at the end of the row. I'm about finishing row 1. Let's finish it together. So single crochet in the last chain. So that's the end of row 1. Then moving on to row 2, chain 2, turn our work. In this very first stitch, this chain does not count as a stitch. In this very first stitch, you are going to be making 2 half double crochets. So 1 and 2. In the next 8 stitches, you're going to be making 1 half double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So in the next 6 stitches, I'm going to be making 2 half double crochet in each stitch. So 1, 2, that's 1. You have 1 under 1. In the same stitch again, 2. Return to so far. So moving on, 1 and 2, that's 3. 1 and 2, that's 4. 1 and 2, that's 5. 1, 2. So we have 6 so far. In the next 8 stitches, I'm going to be making 1 half double crochet. So do that, and I'll join you at the last stitch of this row. So I have made 8 half double crochets, and we have 1 stitch remaining for this row. In this last stitch, I'm going to be making 2 half double crochets. So 1 and 2. So next, you're going to be chaining 2. I'm moving on to row 3 now. For row 2, we have added 8 stitches. For as row 1, we had 24 stitches. So with the 8 stitches that has been added in row 2, we should have a total of 32 stitches so far for row 2. So you can count. For row 3 now, I've chained 2, return our work. I've told you this chain 2 does not count as a stitch. I'm going to yarn over, and inside that very first stitch, make 2 half double crochets. So 1 and 2. Then in each of the remaining stitches from the previous row, we are going to make 1 half double crochet till we get to the last stitch. So continue, and I will join you at the last stitch of this row. So I'm at the end of row 3 now with our last stitch now. Let's work into our last stitch. Into this last stitch, we're going to be working 2 half double crochets. So we have increased 2 stitches for row 3, And since we had 32 stitches from row 2, we should have a total of 34 stitches at the end of row 3. So you can go ahead and count yours. And this row 3 marks the end of our sew. You can see that this looks like a small little sew. So moving on to row 4 now, we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and in the front loops only, we are going to be working 1 single crochet. 1 single crochet in each stitch across, in front loops only. So go ahead and grab that. You can see we have 2 loops for each stitch. This is the front and this is the back loop. So through the front loops only, 1 single crochet across. So go ahead and do that, and I'll join you at the end of this row. So I'm about to finish row 4. 1 single crochet in each stitch through the front loops only. So at the end of this row, we have 34 stitches still. You can see how the back loops form a little ridges around, back loops that we didn't pick up, how they form this little cute ridges here. So moving on to row 5 now, we're going to chain 2, turn our work, and in each stitch across, we're going to be making 1 half double crochet. Let me do that again. 1 half double crochet in each stitch across. So we'll continue the top of our baby shoe. So continue in each stitch 1 half double crochet to the end of the row. About finishing row 5, so yarn over and 1 half double crochet in the last stitch. So with that, we have finished row 5. So moving on to row 6 now, I'll chain 1, turn my work, and in this stitch, in the first stitch, I'm going to make 1 single crochet, and in the next 8 stitches, 1 single crochet. So I should have a total of 9 single crochet. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Next, I want to count the stitches from the previous row. I'm going to skip 9 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is the 10th stitch from the previous row. So around the post of this, I'm going to make 1 half double crochet, 1 front post half double crochet. So you can see I'm using my hook to push. I'll yarn over, and I'll push the stitch forward with my hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through all 3. That's the front post half double crochet. So next, I'm going to be working a back post half double crochet around the post of the next stitch. So you can see I'm using my hook to push the stitch backward, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Let me repeat that. Yarn over, use your hook to push the stitch backward, yarn over, pull it up, yarn over, and pull through all 3. So next is the front post half double crochet, and then we'll do a back post again, yarn over, insert your hook this way, push the stitch backward, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through all 3. So that's the back post half double crochet. So next, I'm going to be working front post and back post double crochet 2 together. So watch how I'm going to do this. Yarn over around the post of the next stitch, we insert our hook, then we yarn over and pull through. We have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through 2. We have 2 loops on our hook. You do not finish this double crochet, then we yarn over around the post, around the next post. Now we're going to be making a back post double crochet. So yarn over, pull up a loop. We should have 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2. We have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, and pull through all 3. This way we have effectively reduced the stitch with this back double crochet, front post and back post double crochet. So I'm going to repeat this 3 more times. So watch. we have already used this stitch. So around the next post, yarn over, do a front post double crochet. I'm not going to finish it. Yarn over, pull through. You have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through. You have 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over, and around the next post, do a back post double crochet. We should have 4 loops on our hook now. Yarn over, pull through 2. You have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3. So we are using this method to reduce our stitch. So again, around the next post, yarn over and insert our hook. Use the hook to push the stitch forward. Yarn over, pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through 2. Then yarn over and do a back post around the next post. Yarn over, pull up a loop. We have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through 2. You have 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 3. So you have done 3 so far. So let's do one more. So that way we have reduced 4 stitches. So pull through all 3. So next I'm going to be working a front post half double crochet. 1, and then a back post half double crochet. You have 2, front post half double crochet, 1, and back post half double crochet. So in the last 9 stitches of this row, let me do that. In the last 9 stitches of this row from the previous round, this is a back, supposed to be a back post double crochet. So I'm going to count 9 stitches here, and to those 9 stitches I'm going to be making 1 single crochet like we did from the beginning of this row. So we are going to be starting here. We have from the end here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So from here, 1 single, count yours through that way, 1 single crochet in each stitch till the end of the row. So continue. I'll join you at the end of the row. I'm about to work the last stitch of this row, and at the end of this row you should have 30 stitches, so you can go ahead and count yours. So moving on to the next row, chain 1, turn our work, and make 1 single crochet in the first 9 stitches. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So next I'm going to be working in front post and back post again. So I'm going to be working front post half double crochet here, and then back post. So let's continue. Front post half double crochet, then work back post half double crochet, then front post half double crochet again, and then back post half double crochet. Let me do that. Back post half double crochet. So next we are going to be working, you can see that where we made 2 stitches to come together here, you can see we have just 1 stitch on top of it. So there we are going to make this as a stitch that it is now. So we are going to make a front post double crochet around this. So go around the post, push it forward, front post double crochet. Do not finish the double crochet. We have 2 loops on our hook. Then we make the second cluster to be our back post double crochet. So push this backward, yarn over, we push the stitch backwards and make a back post finish with the back post double crochet. So you have 1 stitch there. We go around the next cluster, yarn over around this, you can see, make your front post double crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop. You have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, you have 2 loops on our hook. Do not finish this double crochet, then yarn over around the next cluster here, you can see, push it backward to a back post double crochet, yarn over, pull up a loop. We have 4 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 2, we have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 3. So next we are just going to continue with our front post and back post half double crochet. So this is a front post half double crochet, 1, the back post half double crochet, then we have another front post half double crochet, and then a back post half double crochet. So next what we are just going to do is to work one single crochet in the last 9 stitches of this row. So continue, I'll join you at the end of the row. So I finished row 7, I've chained 1 and then cut off my yarn. So the next thing to do is the strap. So for the left booty, I'm going to count 8 stitches from this end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 8th stitch. I'm going to make a strap. I'm going to be using the 8th and the 9th stitch to make the strap. So for the left booty, this is the 8th stitch. For the left booty, I'm going to start on the 9th stitch and walk back to the 8th stitch. For the right booty to be from the 8th stitch to the 9th stitch. So for the left booty now, let's start. I will join my yarn with a slip knot. I'm joining to the 9th stitch. Let me count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm joining to the 9th stitch. Then I'm going to chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I'm going to skip 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 5th stitch, I'm going to be making a half double crochet. So with that, we have formed the buttonhole, you can see. Then I'll make 1 half double crochet in the remaining stitches. So I should have 8 half double crochet in total. Then I'm going to slip stitch to the 8th stitch from the booty, and that's the end of our strap. So then I'll repeat the same thing for the right booty. The only difference will be I will slip stitch into the 8th stitch, then I'll finish my strap on the 9th stitch. So I'm about to finish my strap, work my last half double crochet, and then slip stitch into the 8th stitch here. Chain 1 and then cut my yarn. So the remaining thing left to do now, you can see I'll just attach a button to this end, then I'll sew up my booty. So to sew up the booty, I'll just turn it to the wrong side, then I'll sew up from this end to this point. I'll attach my button and I'll come back to show you what it looks like. So I finished row 7, I've chained 1 and I've cut my yarn. The next thing to do is to make the strap. So for the left booty, I'm going to start on this side. For the left booty, I'm going to count 10 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to reattach my yarn into this 10th stitch. So make a slip knot. Now you attach my yarn to the 10th stitch. Then I'll chain 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Then I'll skip 4 stitches, yarn over, skip 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the 5th stitch, make a half double crochet. So you can see we have formed our buttonhole. So I'm going to make 1 half double crochet in the remaining stitches. We should have a total of 8 half double crochets. So we are basically going to do the same thing for the left and for the right shoe. The only difference is the strap is going to start from the other end, and we are going to reattach our yarn to the 9th stitch and snip stitch to the 10th stitch. So let me finish with this left booty first. I'm about to complete the strap. So I'm going to snip stitch to the 9th stitch here. Snip stitch to the 9th stitch here. And chain 1 to secure. Of course, my yarn. So if I want to make the right booty now, I'm going to do the same process up to row 7. Then I'll count 9 stitches from the other end here. Instead of doing it on this end, I'll do it on this other end. Count 9 stitches, then reattach my yarn, chain 12, then I'll skip 4, make 8 half double crochet and slip stitch to the 10th stitch. So I'm going to, then after that, the next thing to do after making the second booty, the next thing to do is to turn this to the wrong side. The side with these small ridges is the right side. So we turn it to the wrong side and we sew up the seam from this end down to this place. Then I'll attach my button. So go ahead and do yours. I'll come back with my end result. I've sewn up the seam. I've done the other booty. Sewn up the seam of that one. I've attached the buttons. So you can see how beautiful they look in this foot form. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, comment, share my video, and also subscribe to my channel. If you would like to buy the written pattern to be available in my Ravelry and Etsy stores, you can find the link to both in the description box below. Hope to see you in my next video. Bye.